Hello there. Have you ever found yourself buying a big bunch of scallions at the market, only using a few stalks to season a soup, and then leaving the rest forgotten in the fridge? A few days later, when you open it up, you discover they've wilted, turned mushy, and started to smell unpleasant, so you have no choice but to throw them away. Such a waste, right? Take a look at these pots of scallions. This is the result of days of reusing old foam boxes to grow them on my balcony. The feeling of growing and harvesting food with your own hands for your family is truly wonderful. Today, based on my real-life experience in my small rooftop garden, I'm going to share with you not just one, but a whole series of comprehensive solutions. We'll go step by step from harvesting and proper prep to some magical ways of storing scallions so they stay fresh and green for an entire month. And especially, I'll show you a small trick using sugar to revive scallion roots that you'd normally throw away. Let's get started. Once you have a fresh bunch of scallions in hand, we move on to the most interesting part, reusing the roots. Normally, when cooking, you cut off the root end and toss it straight into the trash, right? Stop right there. You're actually throwing away a scallion factory. Use a knife to cut off the white root base, about 3 to 4 centimeters up from the roots. Set the green tops aside for cooking or storage. As for these root ends, let me show you a really great trick. Prepare a clean glass. Pour in a moderate amount of filtered water, just enough to cover the roots. And here's my secret. Sugar. Add 1 small spoon of sugar to the water and stir until it's completely dissolved. You might be wondering, why sugar? Sugar provides glucose, a direct energy source that helps the plant recover from the shock of being cut and strongly stimulates root growth in water. Once the sugar water is ready, gently place the scallion roots into the glass. Make sure the roots are submerged, but don't let the water rise too high over the cut stem, as that can cause rot. Place the glass in a spot with gentle light, such as a kitchen windowsill or a balcony. And now, watch the magic of nature happen. See, after a short time from those blunt cut ends, tender green shoots start growing rapidly. The roots underneath lengthen and turn bright white, absorbing nutrients from the sugar water. Now let's return to the lush green scallion tops we cut earlier. If you plan to use them all within about 1 week, storing them in a zip-top bag in the fridge is the best option. Prepare a food-grade zip-top bag with a tight seal. Neatly arrange the scallions inside. Make sure to lay them lengthwise along the bag, don't cram them in randomly, as that can bruise and break the leaves. After placing all the scallions inside, here's an important step. Pour a small amount of water into the bag, then gently press it with your hand to push most of the air out before sealing it. This helps limit oxidation and keeps the scallions green for longer. Finally, place the bag in the refrigerator's crisper drawer. Each time you need some, just open the bag, take a few stalks, and chop them. The scallions will still be as fresh if you have too many scallions. And no, you can't finish them within 1 or 2 weeks or if you're extremely busy. Want to cook without dealing with knives and cutting boards every time? Then freezing is your perfect match. With this method, you'll need to chop the scallions right from the start. Place them on a cutting board and use a very sharp knife. Why does the knife need to be sharp? Because a dull knife crushes the scallion cells instead of cutting them cleanly, causing them to release water and lose their aroma. Cut decisively and choose the size based on your family's cooking habits. Finely chopped for soups or longer pieces for stir fries. Once you've chopped a whole batch of vibrant green scallions, put them all into a clean zip-top bag. And here's the golden tip. For easy use after freezing, don't let the scallions clump together. Lay the bag flat on a surface and use your hands to spread the scallions evenly into a thin layer across the entire bag. Flatten it until it's as thin as a sheet of paper. Then press out all the air and seal the bag. Why do this? When spread thin, the scallions freeze very quickly, preserving their flavor and color. More importantly, when you need to use them, you can simply snap off a piece. Need to pry with a spoon or struggle with a solid frozen block? Place the bag in the freezer. When cooking instant noodles, soup, or fried rice, just take the bag out, break off a piece, and toss it straight into the boiling pot. Finally, I'd like to introduce a rather unusual but extremely effective method for keeping scallions crisp: the water method, also known as soaking in water. This works best for thick stem scallions or leeks. Prepare a food container glass or high-quality plasticus, as long as it has a tight-fitting lid. Make sure the container is long enough to fit the scallion pieces. Place the clean scallion segments into the container. Then pour in filtered water. Remember to use filtered or boiled and cooled water, untreated tap water to avoid contamination. Pour in just enough water to barely cover the scallions. The water helps maintain optimal moisture in the plant. So it's also known as turgor pressure, keeping the scallions plump, firm, and extremely crisp. You'll never end up with limp, rubbery scallions like when they're stored dry in the fridge. However, with this water-soaking method, there's one important thing you must remember. Change the water every 2 to 3 days. If you found these tips useful, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment below the video. See you in the next video for more helpful tips.